The greatest thing ever seen!
Oh yeah, you finally got that. Yes.
Give me a little of that. Yes, isn't that awesome? They finally released one of those.
1980.
That is a 44-year, or whatever that is, 43-year gap. How do you not have one of those?
Yeah.
Until 2023.
There it is, and I like that the wood grain little decal.
Oh yeah, they weren't gonna put one without MacTac.
So.
Yeah, that shit is awesome.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. You remember those dadgum Energizer commercials? Not with the bunny.
From before the
late
bunny?
80s, yeah. Like 88 or so, through to, at some point, whenever they quit running them in the early 90s.
Wasn't there some, like, goofy Australian
With the guy who goes, "Oi!" Yeah.
You know? Actually, I think I do. I may have been,
Yes, what would your timeline be on being a baby?
It would be, I would probably
So maybe
be
when you
like,
were 3 watching TV?
like 2, maybe 3, hearing it in the background. Or actually watching the TV, hearing the guy, and,
It's the Oi guy.
the Oi guy, yeah.
Mark JACKO Jackson.
Ah, that's his name. Yeah. Mark JACKO. You have to...
Yeah, before the popularity of calling Michael Jackson JACKO.
Yep.
This is one of the only movies he's ever been in.
Oh!
Signal 1, Bullet Down Under.
We're talking about this? Okay. Yeah,
Of 1994.
Yeah, he looks...
And JACKO and the Oi guy.
Yeah, he looks, you know, he would make a pretty good, he makes a pretty good action star. He's got that nice square chin. He's got the
It's
max...
the Australian Brian Bosworth.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a rugby player.
Kind of a... Yeah, he was...
During the 80s.
Known for playing rugby.
And late 70s. He had a album. Remember, he made a singing career.
Oh, yeah.
In the mid-80s. 85-ish, I think, was when that EP was.
Yep. He had the one EP.
This guy has an album.
There were like 5 or 6 songs.
Technically.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Use those on YouTube. Did you see the My Brain Hurts?
Yeah.
With the wrestlers shuffling? Yeah, that was awesome.
There were a couple of music videos, man. That was, yeah, that was all very awesome. So, but...
This guy from Highwayman. Sadly, that show only ran a few episodes before being canceled.
Yeah.
1988. Where I remember really liking him. I didn't think it kicked ass that he was this Energizer spokesman. I thought he was awesome as the sidekick, good guy buddy.
So
in a couple episodes of Highwayman.
So that's where you know him from.
It's gonna be my new favorite show. Except they canceled it.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Bullet Down Under.
Yep.
From a couple years later, 1994. And let's point out that this is Miracle / Passion.
Oh, yes.
Productions and Pictures.
So you're going to get your highly detailed...
Yes, interactive menus.
Awesome.
Scene select. Yes. And region free.
It's region free. Absolutely.
The bonus factor that this DVD exists.
Yeah.
What was the first... Did I have... No, I didn't have it. It was one of those things you find at a flea market for the $3 in our format of those.
Okay.
Except the graphics on the back are slightly different.
Yeah, they're
And first watching it, I just remember how bad the audio was. Remember how sometimes the voices are all muffled and
oh yes,
like a bad speaker at a McDonald's drive-thru or something.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad, and unintentionally too. You may see like a phone on the screen or something and assume it's supposed to be bad, but then it sounds exactly the same when they cut over to.
Well, maybe it was before I had those other speakers, but it was terrible the same way City Dragon was terrible.
That's awesome.
But then seemed better, I guess, after those other speakers. Anyway, yeah, you get an American man who... What is it? These are crime detective action.
Yeah.
Goods.
Yeah,
you get an American guy Bullet.
What now, praying?
It's gonna be a lot darker in there. I want my eyes to get adjusted. Is that alright with you?
So is this a sequel? I guess we never found out. JACKO is not in. If there's a Bullet Part 1,
Yeah, he's not in that for sure. There is one.
why ever that is, because it sounds like you would make a thing where it's the first couple of iterations and sequels, and then like the second one or whatever is Man, and then Down Under for the title.
Yeah, that would make
Them
perfect
all.
sense.
Chipmunks Down Under. Pauly Shore Down Under.
Yeah.
There was a bunch. We're talking late 80s and early 90s American love affair with Australia.
Yep. Yeah.
Guys, remember that? And anybody over the age of 0 in the late 80s remembers our passion of
Absolutely.
Australian stuff.
Even I remember, and I was like 1.5 to 2 in 1989. So
he's got an Australian wife, girlfriend that
yeah.
was an LA cop
Yep.
that lived with him first. So then maybe they said, just move back, let's just go back to my native Australia.
At least kids don't carry guns to school.
Not yet.
Oh, come on. Snap out of it, will you? We've got to decide whether we're going to get on with our lives or keep reliving what happened in LA.
Anyway, he joins this police force of, I assume, Sydney, Australia,
Yeah. Yeah, they never...
to be JACKO's new partner.
Yeah. And
And say stuff like, well, honey, I am so worried. Because it's his redemption arc.
yes.
This is one of those things where it's a cop that accidentally shoots an innocent person
Yeah.
and has to get redeemed on.
And if that doesn't...
Bullet.
Yeah. So his old cop buddy, who should we spoil the name?
Oh, Bazzer?
Yeah. His old cop
Yeah.
buddy gets
You
shot.
don't see very much Bazzer.
There's a lot of Bazzer.
Well, you don't see much of him except that beginning of the movie to set it up for.
There's a lot of Bazzer.
Yeah, what
in
Bazzer
that-
you get is wonderful.
in that certain spot. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't give an ass. Remember that? He didn't want the cucumbers or pickles on the fast food sandwich.
Bloody tomato. Bloody cucumber.
Bloody idiot, stop complaining. You order it every day.
Yeah.
He was trying to have his lunch and coffee, so he's like, bloody cucumbers. Throwing them inside the car onto the dash of the car.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't give.
JACKO's the driver. Bazzer is in the other seat
Yeah.
running the CB
Yeah, he's on comms.
when they get a call. So they're careening through these streets over to great driving footage.
Amazing car scene chase.
And you love the dynamic of JACKO and Bazzer.
Yeah.
It's this old cop. It's like a 65-year-old man
Yes.
of what was the name of them? Good old, what's it called? Old-fashioned Charlie.
The cop buddies.
A good old school Australian guy.
Yeah.
So JACKO really looks up to him
And
and is like, "What do you think, Bazza?" For every split second, it's like,
okay, Bazza.
"Good eye, Bazza! Hang on, Bazza!" And of course, obviously, he was just 2 weeks from retirement.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So then
it's-
he's his new partner, so you get this great dynamic.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's been used a million times as a cliche, but still, we're going through one of our only Mark Jacko Jackson movies. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The part where he punches him, he's like, "You were supposed to take the shot.
Yeah. Take the bloody shot.
This is a gun, not a boomerang.
Yeah.
It won't come back."
There was a big
So
thing.
then you punch the oi guy, like that's a good idea. Yes, I will punch the oi guy.
There was a big thing about gun safety and usage in this movie, like more than average. Where like,
Oh, for his redemption arc and the
Yeah.
backstory?
yeah, you're supposed to evidently judging.
Mentions him, the chief guy, when he's walking him in. He says, "Now, we don't have as many guns over here as in America, but there's still lots of tough dudes on the street," or something like that. Yeah, they at least mention it.
Yeah. And yeah,
He'll be
it's-
talking to his wife. And to bring a young child into this world of the violence. Yeah. Yeah, they talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not going to be my principal enjoyment. Well, he's still got his spiked hair.
Yeah.
This was only a couple years after his peak of fame and usage,
And yeah.
so he's still got his bleached spiked blonde hair.
An old-fashioned punch-up. Could do with some comic relief. You want to take that? Might be some fun.
It's
To be JACKO.
you can definitely tell that it's JACKO. So,
Oi!
it's more than just violence in this movie. You have JACKO making his way through the local drug traffic ring. That was like a main plot point when you have the guy in the warehouse trying to find like the one unscrupulous desk to hide a bunch of drugs and or money in.
Oh, in the plot where the guy is,
And
yeah, we got the mob underboss, little brother, who's on the phone with his brother. That's the mob underboss.
yeah, and
It's like, well, I've got the stuff, but then he also dropped the money while he was it sets up a cool plot. And an interceptor for our car chase.
yes,
You get a great tribute to the Mad Max.
absolutely.
Last of the V8 Interceptors.
And it's like
73 Ford Falcon.
their car selection for the entire movie is actually pretty awesome.
What's it called? And then that other thing allegedly was a 1980.
Like an 80
Ford Falcon
sedan. You wouldn't know they were part of the same line if you looked at them.
So, is he dry yet?
And that's the thing.
There's the bastard. I just love Bazzer.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the short time that Bazzer's in there.
It's the beautiful thing about this movie is like basically all of the cars in it are from the 80s, except you might get a 90s car like in the background somewhere, like in a city shot. So you wanna, like, whenever you first watch it, you're like, is this movie from the 80s? Is this filmed in like 85 or 86 or whatnot?
Yeah, it'd be the whole layover thing.
So, but no. A movie made in 94 that features no car under 10 years old. Which is quite awesome to see.
A couple of cool scenes in a seedy bar.
Oh, yeah.
With the neon, what's it called? Body paint.
And, yeah.
Well, remember the guy just sits at a bar.
That's all he does.
He's allowed to have his own ringing phone and get phone calls right at this bar.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty luxurious gig in the early 90s.
And then what you were talking about, the guy with the briefcase, his brother,
Yes.
just running along, trying to find these things, hide them, find additional things. At some point, he's got 2 briefcases.
Yeah, drug ring logistics is very complicated.
He's in this abandoned warehouse, flopping through these old school desks and school furnitures.
Yeah.
Well, remember what else is part of that part of the movie?
The other thing in the warehouse,
The rock group
That
Battered Bride.
that freaking band. I think they're all right.
Remember, they ended up being called Battered Bride.
Battered Bride, yeah.
When that flag hanging thing
When it,
unfolds behind him.
yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I thought musically the group was pretty alright,
Their
but
giant skull painted hopping domes.
yeah. They were
Remember those? It looked like something from American Gladiators and Nickelodeon Guts. They're jumping on these giant plastic paper mache, whatever,
and canonically,
athletic domes.
I think canonically you're supposed to crap on them because like
Yeah, they're not even playing real instruments. The guitars. That was the funniest thing in the whole movie the first time I watched it.
yeah, the cardboard instrument. You could put that song on a CD though, and I'd be okay with it.
They're rehearsing. It's a group.
The song they were playing, but
It's one of those punk/metal groups trying to rehearse in there.
yeah, but
Which gives you the chance to shut up.
yeah,
Remember, we're on the phone, and he's like, "Would you shut up?" And then his brother thinks he's talking to him, so he's like,
Well,
Don't tell me to shut up, you.
yeah, this
It's
is
a whole fight scene. He goes over and trashes their stuff.
exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's these 5 20-something hooligans against this overweight, older than 25
And they just
guy. Yeah, it's awesome. They just
Yeah.
stand there while he
Yep. He's tearing up.
beats them up and trashes their stuff. You can't do this to me. I'm bad at pride.
I was wondering how they could even let themselves be.
They should have done something with the giant cardboard guitars. They should have.
Yes, they should have been like, and then
Yeah,
you'd
they
see
should have tried to bash him.
the cardboard guitar would flop back like this against his head.
Demonstrate how tough he is. To try to whack him in the head with a
Oh man. But yeah, like I mean, if you're looking for action movie stuff, there's a lot there. Just the aforementioned car scene. You got plenty of explosions, fires. There's one or two. There are one or two like gunshot scenes. Gunfight scenes that are pretty alright. But yeah, so
Oh yeah, the clothesline.
yeah, at the very beginning of the movie.
Well, everything's on location. I love the background of a real city
Yeah,
and driving through these streets in a real city.
yeah, makes it just feel that much more real. So
But then the ending is it's a spoiled giveaway, but the ending is
it's
kind of weird.
It's
it
working.
ends in a weird way, not bad, but a weird way.
yeah. Let's just say the ending makes the movie worth watching without spoiling it.
It's already worth watching to me.
Well, outside of the number one reason you
for
would watch
numerous reasons of JACKO
it is JACKO. Yeah,
and cardboard guitars.
yeah. So
It's got a remote control car in there.
there is.
Remember, he's playing with a little remote control car.
Yeah, this movie has quite a bit going.
It's Bullet Down Under.
Yeah,
It's a pretty singular item. And I love the fact it ended up being Passion/Miracle.
yeah. That's just icing on the cake at
Yeah.
this point.
Oh, he was only in one or two other things. We have to look for Highwayman.
Yes, whatever.
However easy that's going to be to
Yeah,
find an episode of.
and I think there was.
Yeah, some other entry that was much later.
There
like
was one
2004 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it involved corridors or some other thing. But,
Look up his Energizer commercials.
yeah.
And the 2 music videos. Me Brain Hurts is awesome song. And then the other one is a lamer song, but it's still a cool video to watch.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's no such thing as a bad JACKO.
And then I have to go back and listen to those other 3 songs.
Yep.
It's a 5-song EP,
The EP.
but
Yeah.
there was videos for 2 of them.
Yeah, it was, they were counting on those 2 to be, and one of them was, so. It was a chart topper.
It said he wrote an autobiography in 1986.
86?
Yeah, he was already at the point of wanting to do an
I
autobiography.
was like,
Before the Energizer. Yeah.
I just got done with me rugby. I figured I ought to write about it. So.
It doesn't even count in the thing, unless that data's wrong.
No,
But it was
yeah.
86. His singing career was 85, and it said he didn't leave the rugby leagues until 87.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, super picture of early 90s Australia.
Yeah.
To me, very fun to watch.
And
Not least of which reasons is because this is one of our only JACKO goods
yeah, with JACKO
items.
you don't get a lot, so you gotta savor what you get.
Majorly.
Oh, darling, you got to talk to me. I want to tell you how wrong I've been, and I won't do it again.
Good on, Bazza!
Bazza, 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 Bazza.
Hang on, Bazza!